see us? Okay, there's. Casey, you ready to answer a question about Manjaro? That's a good one. All right. Almost ready. Okay, you ready? Oh shit! Where did all those voicemails go? Oh god, I'm an idiot. Hang on, almost ready. Put them in the wrong place there, Dr. Scott. Hell, you sure me. Oh no. Okay, Tace, you got your mic on?
Hello?
Scott?
Yes, sir. Test,
All
test,
right,
test.
good.
Yep.
Okay, one last thing, and then we're ready to go. Damn it. you have any stories?
I can come up with some.
Well, I mean, do you got anything good? I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, I've got a couple that can do it a pinch.
Well, okay. We don't. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Here we go.
Pickens were thin this week.
Oh hell.
Pickens is slim.
It's time for Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve.
I've got diphtheria crushing my esophagus. I've got Ebola virus dripping from my nose. I've got the leprosy of the heart valve exacerbating my incredible woes. I want to take my brain out and blast it with the wave, an ultrasonic, echographic, and a pulsating shave. I want a magic pill for all my ailments, the health equivalent to Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in the tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease.
It's Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of broadcast radio and the longest running show on this channel. I'm Dr. Steve with my little pal, Dr. Scott, the traditional Chinese medicine provider, gives me street cred with the wacko alternative medicine ass hats. Hello, Dr. Scott.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
And my partner in all things, Tacey. Hello, Tacey.
Hello.
Oh, you have all kinds of fans, Tacey. I am getting emails. Yeah, it's we'll read some of them later.
No, we don't need to.
This
We're
is
good.
this is a show for people who had never listened to a medical show on the radio. If you got a question you're embarrassed to take to your regular medical provider, or if you can't find an answer anywhere else, give us a call at 347-766-4323. That's 347-POOHEAD. Visit our website at drsteve.com for podcasts, medical news, and stuff you can buy I can't mention contractually. Most importantly, we are not your medical providers. Take everything here with a grain of salt. Don't act on anything you hear on this show without talking it over with your doctor, nurse practitioner, physician assistant, pharmacist, chiropractor, acupuncturist, yoga master, physical therapist, or whatever. All right, very good. Check out Dr. Scott's website at simplyherbals.net. That's simplyherbals.net. Good stocking stuffer is some, nasal
The nail
spray.
Yeah, especially right now with all the crud in people's heads.
I have been seeing people selling herbal, doing ads for herbal things like stress less and fatigue reprieve and stuff like that, and doing live reads. Maybe we should do that for yours at some point.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, check
$500 an episode.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Simplyherbals.net. Check him out. Anyway, and it is not Mr. Carter's birthday, nor is it Kinky Loco's anniversary, but what it is the day that Cardiff Electric sent us a custom-made guitar.
Oh, cool.
This is true, and it's very nice.
And it's amazing. And after the show, if you hang out with us on our YouTube channel, which, it's 20, I don't care, 20 people, I think we get 80, maybe something like that. We ain't no Uncle Rico show, but if you hang out with us, then after the show, we horrify people by trying to play music.
Yes.
And so we're going to be doing a country version of the Cardiff Electric podcast theme song. And for people that don't know, Cardiff Electric owns the network that we're on, and he also has a podcast of his own. He broadcasts as a potato and interviews people like Chad Zumach and who else has he had on there? He had Pat Dixon on there once, and he interviews them, and he's a potato and a talking potato. But he's actually in real life, he's a brilliant person, and
He's not a potato.
No, and it's hard to play guitar, as a potato. But one of the things that he used to do when it first started, and I'm just kind of pulling back that fourth wall just a little bit, was he was doing it to make me laugh. And now he's become huge, and he's like everybody's Cardiff Electric, and he's got his own network, and he has his own I don't, the YouTube channel where he makes thousands of dollars. He's making more than we ever thought to make on super chats and stuff like that. It's crazy. But I just thought this was funny. He has this theme song, and I don't know if let me see if I can find the actual theme song to his show. And then these guys, this guy named Mean Doug was in the studio at Watchman Studios, and they had a hair band in there, and this guy, it was like Asylum Suite. Locally, we have a hair band that's amazing, and they had a vocalist who had some pipes on him, and they had him do the Cardiff Electric theme song. So let me play the original theme song real quick if I can get it to play. Let's see here. Oh boy, here we go. Yep.
Play.
Okay, sorry.
He's the guy all the other.
Let's.
The Gas Digital Network.
Oh. All right. So this is the original theme song.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today.
Now, he does this in a very ironic way because he's not the most famous podcast in the world today. And, whenever he would be on another show, before he would speak, he would go theme song, and he'd make them play this whole thing. And if he has guests on, he'll start the show and he'll make them sit through this whole theme song. It goes on for a minute or two.
Cardiff Electric, he's so cool. Come out and play.
All right. Anyway, so that's the original theme song, and I just wanted to play you the hair metal one because I think it's entertaining. Listen to the pipes on this guy.
Ooh, Cardiff! Cardiff Electric! The most famous podcast in the world today! Cardiff Electric! He's so cool! Come out and play! He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of!
That's one hot potato.
'Cause he's the guy that all the girls want to be with! Oh! Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff.
All right, so you get the idea anyway.
Oh my goodness.
And what is hilarious to me is that last line is he's got great guests on his show like Dr. Steve and some other people. Because when he created that, I think at that time I was the only guest he'd ever had on his show. And so now if they have someone doing a parody, they have to say my name in the show because that's in the words. So I just think it's funny. All right. Fuck both of you. Here.
Hey.
That's
wait a minute.
awesome.
We got
Sorry.
this
The caffeine's kicking in, thankfully.
that's fine. Cardiff, I love you, man. Hey, we got this book in the mail, and I'm assuming there was no note or anything. I'm assuming they wanted us to talk about it on the show. And it is A Field Guides to Men's Health by Jesse N. Mills, MD. Eat right, stay fit, sleep well, and have great sex forever. So, Scott, will you please go to the Have Great Sex Forever section of this book? And when you find something, because it's a small book, it is just like a field guide.
Okay.
Let me know what you have to do that. Okay.
Gotcha.
It's probably put your penis in a warm, moist place and then go in,
Okay.
in and out until stuff
I'm
comes
calling
out.
the hole on that one. That's enough.
Well, I'm assuming that's the secret to having great sex, right? If you're a dude.
I'm not so sure about that.
All right. Really?
I think you
You just,
better ask the boss.
well, maybe
here
I'm
what
doing
she-
it wrong. Maybe I'm
better
doing it
ask the
wrong
boss.
then. I thought you were. So anyway, all right. Thank you, Tacey, for putting a stop to that. Let's. I've got some phone calls here. Let's do these, and let's go. Oops. Sorry, Ronnie B. Let's try that again.
Number one thing, don't take advice from some asshole on the radio.
All right. So Stacy DeLoach was off the show for a while because he pulled a little prank on us. And not unlike Howard Stern, it's okay if you prank other people, but don't be pranking, the host of the show. And so he was banned for a little while, and but now there's a pent up demand.
He's redeemed himself.
Yeah, there's pent up demand for Stacy Deloach content. And so what this is last week we had the quiz with Stacy, right? Well, he got turned on by that, and now he sent us like 1 million questions. I thought we'd just do them all, and get them more. But all of his questions are always good.
They're always good, yeah.
So okay, so let's do. I think this is a good one. Okay, yeah, let's do this one. All right, this is actually not a Stacy
Hi, Dr.
question.
Steve. This is Phil from Tampa. I'm calling because
okay. That was a teaser. We're going to do the Stacy questions in a minute, but this is a really good question.
I'll say Stacy trying to hide his voice.
Yeah, right.
Recently I've been noticing that when I wake up in the middle of the night, either to go use the bathroom or just toss and turn, that my eyes are crazy dry to the point that they hurt when I open and close them.
Yep.
My mom always said that when I was a kid, I would sleep with my eyes open a little bit, and I think that's what might cause it, but I'm just curious if there's anything like a drop you can put in your eye before you go to bed to try to prevent that, or it's just kind of something you got to deal with. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Okay, Scott, do you know the name of this? If Lydia were here, this is more of a allopathic
dry eye syndrome.
Well, yes. The actual name of the problem is lagophthalmos. There's actually a name of it.
Okay.
And people sleep with their eyes open, usually due to an issue relating to facial muscles, nerves, or skin around the eyelids. But some people just could do it because of anatomic or behavioral differences. And those folks that have lagophthalmos, in other words, sleeping with their eyes open, often have reduced sleep quality, and they may not sleep as long or as well due to the pain and discomfort caused by the eyes drying out throughout the night. So when you have this, you really do need to see an ophthalmologist for it, just to make sure that there isn't some weird thing going on with your eyes. And if there isn't, not an infection or some genetic thing or some weird thing with the muscles of your eye. And if, our friend John had this, but he also had double vision with it. You know why? Because he had a thing called exophthalmos. Now that's another. Exophthalmos can cause lagophthalmos. Exophthalmos is when your eyeballs protrude more than they should. Turned out he had Graves' disease.
Yep.
And when you have Graves' disease and your eyeballs stick out farther out of the orbits than they're supposed to, then it can cause the eyelid to have difficulty closing at night when they're fully relaxed.
Sure.
So we need to make sure that you don't have something like that going on. Sleeping pills can cause it. Heavy alcohol, use
antihistamines
like
might, if they dry out too much. Yeah.
So there are moisture goggles that you can wear at night. They moisturize the eyes during your sleep. You can wear an eye mask that actually just presses down on the eyelids to keep them closed. And then some doctors recommend an external eyelid weight, but again, you're going to want to get this from your ophthalmologist. And this weight attaches to the outside of the upper eyelids, and it keeps them closed. Can you imagine?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
They'll just use surgical tape. Okay, but yeah, drops really won't. There are some drops that you could use. Basically, they're gels that you could put in the, put under the lower eyelid, and it'll kind of mush around, and that would keep things moist. But really, the problem is keeping the eyelid closed. So the solution is closing the eyelid. So, they'll measure the space between your eyelids. They'll, measure the amount of force that used to close the eyes when blinking. They've got the ophthalmologists have all kinds of cool ass stuff. Some of them are optics, lots of weird lenses and things that they can, look into your eye and make it look like a giant panorama in front of them when they're looking. That's what, if you've ever had an ophthalmologist, put that like a telescope on their eye, and then they've got another little circular thing that they hold in front of your eye. That actually is, a retinoscope, and it allows them to look at your retina. And then when they see it, it looks like it's projected in front of them, big giant retina.
Okay.
And they can see all the blood vessels and stuff. It's cool. They got all the really fun toys.
Yeah.
And they get to play with lasers and stuff like that. But they also have things for this, they can measure the force required to close your eyelids and stuff.
And did he say it's definitely from his eyelids not closing? Because if not,
isn't that what he said there at the end?
Did he say that?
Okay, let
Not
me
closing? Because I was just wondering.
Let's see
Because
what
he
he
could have
says.
autoimmune
A
disorder.
little bit, and I think that's what might cause it.
Oh,
and that when I was a kid, I would sleep with my eyes open a little.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So if he was doing it when he was a kid, he's probably doing it now.
Yeah.
The other thing is if he has a partner, they could just look at him, turn the, get a flashlight out in the middle of the night and look at your eyes. See if there is a slit there where air is getting in under the
Drying it out,
and drying it out.
That'd be a really strange look to look over at somebody sleeping
Yeah,
beside
it
you.
would
with
be
their eyes
Well,
wide open,
Edgar Allan
"What?"
Poe did a story about that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was the Telltale Heart, and he would
okay.
go in and open up the slot to the thing, and he would see the blue eye looking at me, and finally he killed the guy and stuck him under the spoiler. Sorry,
spoiler.
150-year-old story, and he buries him under the floor.
Don't give it away.
And then the inspectors come, but he can hear the heart beating. It's his guilt. And then finally he's like, and he knows the inspectors are drinking their tea and they're pretending like they don't hear the heart, but they know that he buried him under the floor. And then finally he just says, okay, I did it. Dumbass. All you had to do is keep your mouth shut. So anyway.
Quit talking. That's hilarious.
All right. Let's see here.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Yep. Hope he gets that fixed. Hey,
There
How
we go.
much of your body mass is made up of blood, weight-wise?
there you go. That's a good one. Anybody have any idea?
What is there? 5 quarts
Oh, well, see, Scott knows something.
times what?
So how much?
How much would that be times?
Well, just give me a percentage of body weight, and we're going to do this Price of Right rule. So if you
Okay,
go over, you don't
I would
get it.
say we're doing percentage of body weight.
Yeah, percentage of body weight, Price is Right rules.
I would say 7%.
Okay, Tacey.
I'm going to go with, I was going to go with like 40.
40%. Okay.
She said 40. You can't.
Oh, we're just
she can't
talking
go
about
back.
blood, though, not
yeah,
water,
blood.
Just blood.
right?
Right,
Just
blood,
blood,
right,
just blood.
right.
Not water.
Just blood.
Just blood, yeah.
Just blood. Okay. What'd you say, Scott?
7%.
I'm going to go with 1%.
Damn
Steve.
it.
1%?
Yeah, because it's Price of Right rules.
Okay, well,
So-
if you were doing Price of Right
she gotta cut
rules,
me,
then
man.
you would do 1% over him. Is that
Oh,
what you're
I
saying?
No.
No, I thought it
think
was
you're
under.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because no matter what, if I'll lose, if I could probably
Well,
lose,
see, if you
she'll
think
win.
so if
She'll
you're on
win.
Price of Right and you think that he's under, and you go $1 over,
Yeah.
and you're both under, you're going to win because you'll be closer.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, you said 1%, and he said 7%.
I mean, I have no idea.
I know it's ridiculous.
It's just a guess, yeah.
It's was 10%. So
Oh,
Scott
shit.
Scott
Hey,
wins that one.
yay!
So that's 1 point for Scott. Will you keep track of these, Scott?
Oh,
please?
of course. I'm counting a bill. That's one bill for Scott.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Give yourself a bill.
Yep. There's one for Scott. Let's see here. This one I do not know, and we're going to have to probably calculate the hell out of this. So let's see here. Let's try this one.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Quick question for you. On average, how much dust do you think your lungs inhale over a lifetime?
Oh, how much dust?
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye, Casey.
I have no
Oh
idea.
my
on
gosh,
this
how are
one.
you supposed to know that?
Yeah, that's a good one because your lungs are constantly clearing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
One way that we could figure this out is, let's say, on average, 500 ml per breath,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you do 500, and then we're going to have to figure that out in total mLs. If I had paper, it would be easier for me to do this. But 500 mLs per breath, and let's say an average of what? What do you want to say? 12 breaths an
I
hour?
would say 10 for simple math.
Okay,
Yeah.
10. Okay, so that would be 5,000 mLs an hour, right?
No.
500 mLs per breath,
Yeah.
and then 10 breaths per minute.
Per minute, yeah, but not per hour, yeah. So it'd be 5.
Sorry, per minute.
Yeah, no, no.
Sorry.
It's so
That's
5,000 times.
5,000
30
times 60.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's
That's
Siri.
300 grand. 300,000.
Echo, what's
Okay, you lost
5,000
me.
times
You
30?
lost me at
Will you
hello.
get some paper and write this
I
down?
think
though?
300 grand.
I don't have a pen.
I'm writing it down.
By the way, you can thank the driver of your most
Echo,
recent
never
delivery.
mind. Echo, what's 5,000 times 30? I just want to keep track of it.
150,000.
Okay, so that's 150,000
That's close.
mLs an hour, right? Let's just multiply
Yes,
it by
yes.
how many. Instead of going through, oh well, a day and then in a year and all that stuff, it's just how many hours is there in a human lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
Echo, how many hours is there in 70 years?
70 years is 613,200 hours.
So 613,000 times 150,000. Siri or Echo, what's 150,000 times 613,000?
150,000 times 613,000 is 91,950,000,000.
91,150,000,000.
That's a lot.
150. Oh. Okay, now.
I say we just answer a lot.
A whole bunch.
So 91
Shit ton.
billion
A shit ton.
mLs of air in a
Over a
lifetime.
Give or take.
Now, what percentage, if we could figure out what percentage of air is dust, we could figure this out.
Do they have
What
a golden
percent?
retriever?
Exactly.
Yeah, of air is dust. Well, let's just see if there's a answer. Oh, no, it is dust. So here we go. 1%. Okay? Carbon dioxide, water vapor, dust particles, and other gases constitute 1% of air. So, okay. So this should be easy. Echo, what is 1% of 91,150,000,000?
1% of 91,150,000,000 is 911,500,000.
That's still a shitload of dust.
Still a bunch
That's
of
the
dust.
answer.
Yeah, that's
Unless
the
you
answer.
have golden retriever, then you can double it.
Yeah, then you double
There
it.
you go.
At least.
Thanks for throwing us a curveball on that one, Stacy. For God's sake, I thought, this would be fun to calculate how much air you breathe in a lifetime.
That was awesome.
Terrible.
That's tough. That's a tough one. Good question, though. Good
Yeah,
question.
very good. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's try this one.
Do you want to take a guess at how many different strains of bacteria live in your belly button? Bye, Tasty.
I know the answer to this, so I won't answer it. But Scott, you want to take a guess at that one? How many different strains of bacteria in your navel?
7.
7. Okay. Price is Right rules, Taste.
Oh, I'm going over.
Okay.
100.
Oh, okay. Or you could just say 8.
I quit.
8. Let's do 8.
Damn it.
Let's do 8.
There you go. All right. Tasty.
cheated.
wins.
yourself a bill.
It's 2,300. So Tasty's close.
She would have won anyway. She's cheating. This ain't fair. I feel like I'm being tag teamed here.
You are.
In one study, 60 volunteers swabbed their navels. I'm not going to say belly button. They're umbilicuses. They're umbilicus. Researchers analyzed the samples and found more than 2,300 different kinds of bacteria. That's an average of 67 different kinds per belly button. So it's 2,300 over 60 volunteers, and it's actually 67. You were still one, Taste. So
Yeah,
right.
you don't want either way. Damn it.
How about that?
She gets a bill. She gets a bill.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
one bill,
You get a
please.
bill.
Give yourself a bill.
Yours gets an
I thought he-
asterisk.
I
Your-
think I
yours
got
has an
2.
asterisk.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay, here's a good one.
How many different flavors can the human tongue decipher?
Ooh.
There's a little bit of debate on this one,
Yeah.
but it's going to surprise you. Bye, Tasty.
Let's go with the universally accepted basic tastes. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll give you one would be sweet. So
Sure.
just go with those and see if you can get them all. Scott.
Okay, so if one's sweet,
So that's one.
So, I mean, just the area of the tongue is what, 5, but he's talking about.
Yeah, well, what are the tastes though?
Sweet, sour, bitter,
salt,
Yes.
acrid,
No.
sweet, sour.
That'd be sour.
Bitter. Yeah.
Bitter and sour would be acrid, right?
Yeah, acrid. Okay. Yeah.
You guys are missing one, and it's one that we were not taught in grade school.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Uncle Roger talks about it every single show.
It's MSG, the king of flavor.
And yes, that's right. And then what does that cause? What taste does that stimulate?
So salty?
It's umami.
That's...
The answer is umami.
Umami?
Yep.
No, we were not taught that in grade school.
Nope.
We wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah, so umami is kind of a newly identified taste bud, or basic taste, and it's basically the taste of meat. Sort of hardiness would be umami. Now you could also add cool and hot into there as well. But what amazes me is that from all of this, you can then take someone with a really good palate, and you could give them, say, a creme brulee, and they'll say, well, this has orange zest and a little bit of cognac in it or something like that. It is the human ability to discern taste is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's not just the tongue. Some of it is done with the olfactory nerves. Right, that's right.
Smeller, yeah.
Yeah. So if you shut down your smell, you might be able to still say, well, that thing's salty and maybe that thing might be sour, but it's very difficult. And just try it sometime. We used to do this when we were kids.
Well, I think a lot of folks that had the COVID.
Yep.
Yeah,
they know it without me having to tell them.
They know it for sure.
But, if you just plug your nose and then try to discern tastes, it's very difficult to do.
Are you seeing that with newer strains of COVID?
No, I am not.
Okay.
I haven't seen any at all. Now, there may be some out there. And so the people who are listening, if you had a recent strain of COVID and you lost your sense of taste, or
that was
smell, I would like to know about it because we're not seeing any of that.
No, I only saw it in the very first strain.
Yep.
When we had the big, huge first rush of COVID.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Anything?
Isn't
go ahead.
umami, isn't that a spice that the Japanese use a lot to flavor their foods, like a mushroom?
Well, it is.
Sounds like
mushroom has umami.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Because I know I'd heard of that in Iron Chef. That's my favorite show, Iron Chef.
Iron Chef?
Iron Chef.
When they kill the live stuff?
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's so awful.
It is all, but that's a great show.
So,
is it still on?
Umami, it's a new version,
It's a new
though.
version.
It's different people and stuff. It used to be so much fun.
Yeah, it's different.
Umami is defined as savoriness. It's one of the five basic tastes. It's described as savory, consistent of broths and cooked meats.
Why not just say that? Then?
Yeah. So I get another bill because I said 5. I should get a bill.
Yeah. Well, so was it in the question? What are the five basic tastes?
Oh, I thought you said how many were
Yeah.
there. I apologize.
People taste umami through
I
taste
didn't know
receptors that typically
think he
respond to
said that.
glutamates.
He's changing the rules.
He's changed it.
Okay, listen to me. People taste umami through taste receptors that typically respond to glutamates and nucleotides that are widely present in meat broths and fermented products, which is why MSG is monosodium glutamate. It adds umami to foods.
Oh, okay.
And that's when Tacey started noticing that my stir fry was better was when I bought a big thing of the King of Flavor and started putting MSG in there. And all of a sudden, you could really tell a huge difference.
Because I use like umami like that you could buy at the fancy grocery stores. You just squeeze into the.
Yeah, well, it might be a brand name. Or
It's
something.
it's like I think it's like a fermented mushroom.
Okay.
I think is what it is. Yeah. And
Foods that have strong umami flavor include meats, shellfish, fish, including fish sauce, and preserved fish such as Maldive fish, katsuobushi, sardines, and anchovies, tomatoes, mushrooms,
Yay.
hydrolyzed vegetable protein, meat extract, yeast extract, cheeses, and soy sauce. So
I
there
do
you go.
like me a good mushroom.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, it is a loan word from Japanese, and umami is translated as pleasant, savory taste.
Cool.
There you go.
That's good
What do you think of
stuff.
that?
I love it.
All right, very interesting. I love to eat. Now I'm hungry.
I love me some meat.
Here's a question about hydrogen peroxide. You know something about wound care, Dr. Scott. We could probably take this one.
Hi, Tasty.
Oh, my goodness. That's another one. I didn't know it was Tasty.
Quick question for you.
It's all
A little
right.
bit weird one here. Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
Now, I understand it's, of course, good for debris a wound because it bubbles and pushes stuff up and out. but is it any good for long-term care of a wound? Because I read a study where it's actually not that good for you.
Right.
Right.
So just curious what your opinion was.
We used to use it all.
Bye, Casey.
Oh, Lord.
We used to use it all the time.
Right.
And then studies came out that said we were actually delaying healing by using hydrogen peroxide.
It starts to break down the tissue a little bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't let it heal back as
It
quickly.
seems to be the case. So it seems like it does something because when you put it on, it burns and then it foams up. It seems like it's doing something. What it's really doing is reacting with peroxidase enzymes in white blood cells that are coming there to help. Try to help, and you're messing them up. So what we recommend is to lavage with saline or sterile water rather than with hydrogen peroxide.
So no hydrogen peroxide, not
for
even
wounds.
at the beginning?
Not for
Yeah,
wounds,
no. Use a. You can get like in the surgical suites. We've got little spray things where you could spray and debride or lavage a wound with saline, but you can get a little, just a squeeze bottle and put saline in that, sterile saline.
And they've got great little over-the-counter things with the saline
For wound,
sprays
yeah.
for wound care now. Yeah.
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 It's so
and they
cheap.
work
Saline
really,
is so
really well.
cheap, and they'll package it and stuff, and then get like a 10,000% markup. Good for them. I mean, what the
But it
hell.
works.
Yeah.
And at least that way, you're getting kind of the right amount of saline.
We could do a whole thing on just basic,
Wound
first aid and wound care and stuff. We
Yeah,
wanted to.
We
I'm
were going to
not-
do a show on stretching. Remember a couple of weeks ago we had a couple good questions on stretching. On stretching, we need to
Stretching?
Yeah, on stretching and back pain and hamstring length and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we need to get back into that.
Do we?
It is the holidays.
Okay.
Come first in the year. Everybody's going to be
I do
doing
know that
exercising.
by not stretching, I tore muscles in the back of my leg trying to jog because my kid was cross country racing and it looked like fun.
Oh my
And I'm
God!
like,
How
well,
many years ago? God, that was.
Well,
he was in middle school.
Yeah, he was
wasn't
in middle school, and he was
Oh, my
killing
God, I
it.
remember
He was
that.
in 8th grade,
I remember that. Yep.
and he was destroying.
Mm-hmm.
He was and he'd puke every single time, and he just was driven to do it every single time.
Oh yeah, that's when you came up with one of your crazy inventions about the drink that you were going to give him.
Yeah. We were going to do that with the hyperphysics folks.
Yep.
Richard and Shatai and their hyperphysics, Fizzics, the energy drink for nerds. And we were going to work out a pre and post drink for exercise because I did a lot of research
Yep, I remember that.
on arginine and stuff like that. But anyway, so let's not use hydrogen peroxide. Just use lavage a wound, clean it.
Yeah. Soap and
Best
water.
you can with saline or just soap and
Soap and
water.
water,
And then if you can see meat under there, go to the emergency room and make sure you're up to date on your tetanus shot. There's nothing worse than getting tetanus in 2022. I've only seen one case in my career. It was an elderly person who got tetanus and had never been vaccinated ever.
Wow.
So I'm not sure that anyone that's got the basic first 3 has ever gotten tetanus, but we still should get it every 10 years. And if you don't know if you've gotten it, just when you turn 20 or 30, 20, get it on the decades.
Okay.
So I've got mine. I got mine when I was 60. I'll get, if I live that long, I'll get another one when I'm 70. Every 10
I'll
years.
get mine with my Shingrix shot.
There you go.
There you
I
go.
can't wait for that.
Yeah, you're not even close to that age yet.
No.
So
so close.
yeah, Tacy's older than she looks.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Just a quick little question.
Wait a minute.
Something I've been
You
curious
just
about.
said I was older than I look.
That's
Oh,
good.
That's
right?
good. That is good. Okay, never mind.
Oh yeah, no. Don't-
Continue.
It was
Continue.
definitely a compliment. I was impressed.
Well, that's
Continue.
because you're an idiot.
Just looking out for insults.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry.
Just a quick little question. Something I've been curious about.
I should have said that you look younger than you actually are. That would have been a better way to say it, right?
Either way's fine. I just
Yeah, but she's going to hear what she hears.
yeah,
That's pretty
that's
much.
true.
That's pretty much.
You know that.
At least that's
true.
how it
No,
is in
Tacy's
my
the
world.
queen of the double bind. She'll give you 2 ties for Christmas, and then you wear one the next day. And
Why
she's
didn't
like,
you
"What,
wear the
didn't-
other
You
one?"
didn't like the other one?
Well,
What
you-
is the purpose of the uvula? There on the back
back of your throat.
Okay, well, I don't know what a uvula is, but
Why not just?
That's
why
the way
not
they say
there?
it in Chinese.
Bye,
Yeah, I got you back.
He may be
Stace.
asking what is a uvula. So that's the palatine uvula, and not if you. Well, I had a Star Wars joke and it just went out the window. But a palatine uvula means at the end of the palate, the soft palate, little piece of tissue that hangs down in the back of your mouth. And every once in a while, when you get a weird virus, stupid thing will enlarge and then hang down the back of your throat. Have you ever had that?
I had it once.
Oh, that was awful, and you could feel it touching your tongue.
Yeah,
you just feel like you're going to gag all the
Had
time.
big white blobs on it.
Oh yeah,
Ugh, gross.
If you have exudate actually on the uvula itself, that can be a sign of diphtheria, which we don't really see anymore. But
I
if you're
had
looking in
diphtheria.
someone's throat and they've got white patches on the uvula, that would be a sign of diphtheria. But people don't know why we have uvula. I think that it has something to do with the gag reflex for sure. If you touch that damn thing, your palate will contract and you kind of gag. And some people think that just because it's swinging back there, it keeps food and stuff from going up your nose. That it's kind of a counterweight for the palate. The soft palate in the back to hold it down,
Right on.
because otherwise it would just flap around,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So the uvula is just like it's like putting a little, I don't know. I put a weight on
Little
my
weight, little fish
on my ham radio
lure.
antenna to
Yeah.
keep it, ground. When I
Fish
put
and
it,
lure. Yeah, put a little weight on there.
Yeah,
just
like
to
like
make
that.
it sink fat. Yeah.
Yes,
Just make it stay down. Yeah.
There you go. So anyway, now this article says your uvula is also part of your gag reflex. So I'll give myself.
Give yourself a bill.
When something touches this area of your soft palate, it induces gagging or vomiting. I don't like to vomit.
No thanks, man. Me.
Think of it as a safety feature. If your uvula senses something's going down the wrong way, it course corrects in an effort to avoid choking. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What are some interesting, fun facts about uvulas?
Oh gosh,
Ugh.
I can't wait to hear.
I love Carl from WATP says there's no such thing as fun facts. They're facts. They're not fun.
I agree with him.
And I agree with them too. But anyway, so here's a fact about the uvula. It means little grape in Latin. And only humans have uvulas. And no surprise, you can live without it. So we've had people that have had their soft palate taken away. Of course, they have trouble when they drink milk or something like that. It comes out their nose. But anyway, how about that?
Isn't that wild?
All right, you got any stories? Because I'm out of everything. We've got 20 minutes left to go.
Come up with something. Come up with something.
I'm just kidding.
I
I
believe you.
have questions going back for decades. You don't have anything? Okay, well,
Yeah,
Tacey,
let's
here's one
just-
for you.
Tacey, yeah.
You can
Okay.
find one while we're here.
Hey, Dr. Steve, how are you?
See if anybody in the examiner
I'm
has it.
good.
Hi.
I
wait
had
a
a
minute.
question.
Oh, my goodness. Wait,
about-
she addressed
She
that to
actually
me.
did what she was supposed to.
I know, and I messed it up.
ignored
I'm
it.
sorry.
Just like every
Hey,
other
Dr.
woman.
Steve, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, excellent.
I had a question about if
Sorry.
you had any opinions or if you've done any research on the diabetes medication that they're using for weight loss, like the shots, Manjaro, and I forget what the other ones are called. But anyway, would love to hear your input. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's Ozempic. These are all trade names, by the way. So there's Mounjaro. There's Ozempic. What's the other one? It starts with a V. Wasn't there one that started with a V? Anyway, this was a.
There's Byetta,
Okay.
and then there's they're all GLP-1 inhibitors, aren't they?
I believe you are correct. So
Now, I
go
am
ahead.
only speaking from a patient perspective, as
Yes.
per usual.
Okay.
But I take so many medicines, I'm actually pretty good at it.
Okay. Well, let's hear it then, because it's a radio show and people are.
You know
wanting
what?
to hear-
You just shut up. Hold on.
What are you doing?
I was looking up all of them.
Oh, okay. No, just talk about your
Okay,
experience. with it.
so I've taken them all of them, because I have PCOS. And I lost, when Byetta came out, I lost a ton of weight on it.
So let's talk about what PCOS is, because you just threw that out there.
Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Okay.
And
And that causes.
weight gain and insulin resistance.
And also infertility. So you had a
Infertility.
hard
So a
time
lot of
getting
people
pregnant.
have a very hard time having children. Steve and I did, but we are fortunate enough to have 2,
Yeah, we looked out on that one.
which is why we don't have any money. Anyway, so other than that, I've been on literally all of them. And this new one came out, Mounjaro, and it's a little bit different. It's like if you've been on one.
It's terzepatide, if you want to really know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like if you've been on one and you switch to the other, you're not going to get as much of a response.
Yeah.
You have to wait a couple of years in between to get a response. And this Mounjaro, man, I'm telling you what, when you up a dose,
Yeah.
you just don't want to eat.
Yeah. Okay.
Just not hungry at all. I'm down. I've been on. I mean, the weight loss is slow, but it is there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really watching what I'm eating. I'm watching the quantity of what I eat, which is just the medicine doing that.
Yeah.
Been on it 3 months, down 15 pounds.
Excellent.
That's
All right.
pretty dang good. Actually, it's probably a little bit more than that. I keep forgetting to weigh myself, but
Oops,
and
wait,
and
that's
my
the wrong one.
that's
Wait,
funny.
wait,
Yeah.
Wait, how much
Make
did
fun
you
of your
say?
fat wife,
How
huh?
much, shut up. How much did you say you lost?
About 3 months, 15 pounds.
You are a liar, actress. Go the out.
Sorry.
Okay,
Thank you,
that is
Davide.
funny. Yeah, you got to do that.
No,
Davide.
So 15. So that's 5 pounds. 5 pounds a month, right?
Which
so that
I'm
would be
very happy with, but
60 pounds in a year.
I know
And you're
people
no-
who
need
have
to-
been on it who've never taken any of these medicines before,
Yep.
and their first try was Mounjaro, and they're down 50 pounds in, like, I'm telling you, no time.
Yeah.
So our Christmas lunch, which is a bunch of old drug reps that we all used to work for the same company, and every single one of us been laid off. We're all going to go and have Christmas lunch, and we're all going to be about 15 to 20 pounds at least thinner, probably 30 on average.
Yeah.
At our Christmas lunch this year.
Nobody will
because
be eating.
We're all on it, and nobody's going to eat anything. You're right.
Do those medications give you stomach pain or gastric pain, or make you have
Heartburn
diarrhea?
is a big
Is it
big
okay?
side effect,
Okay.
and if you eat too much on some of them, you might just throw your
Little
guts up.
right up. Yeah, Amanda's got a question here. She was asking if some of these medications cause genital eating bacteria.
That's those are the other ones. So
Okay.
I know what she's talking about.
question.
Those are-
I do not.
So they're Fournier's gangrene is what she's talking about, and that's a different class.
Okay, gotcha.
And these are the GLP-1 inhibitors, and what these things do. There's a lot of stuff that they do. Ultimately, what they the ultimate. Sorry, fuck. Hang on a second.
Did we say Ozempic, Steve?
Yeah, we did. I think.
Farxiga.
Strattera one?
It's the SGLT2 inhibitors that cause Fournier's gangrene. Hang on a second. Yeah, sodium glucose cotransporter 2. Those are the ones that cause you to pee out more glucose, right, Tace? I just want to make sure. I don't want to say this wrong.
I think that's what Farxiga is, but I'm not 100% for sure.
All right. And then, because, I don't prescribe this stuff anymore.
That's true.
Okay, so there's that. And then the GLP-1. Let me just get this right. Okay. All right. Wow, that's weird. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Go. Okay, we're not recording, so I'm ready to start.
I have a list of all of them.
Okay. All right. We'll come to that. Okay.
Okay.
So The drugs that we're talking about now are GLP-1 inhibitors. What these things do is they mimic the action of a hormone called glucagon-like peptide 1. And when the blood sugar levels start to rise after you eat, these drugs stimulate the body to produce more insulin, and the extra insulin helps to lower blood sugar levels. But nobody really knows why they lead to weight loss. But when they were testing these on people for diabetes, what they noticed was for the tirzepatide, which is the one that we're talking about now, the Mounjaro, they had 22% reduction in body weight.
That's significant.
I think lower gastric emptying
Yes.
is a big deal with it.
Yeah, maybe. It may be. Now, the ones that, Tacey, I want you to talk about that a little bit more in a second, but I want to get out the Fournier gangrene thing that Amanda was talking about in the waiting room. These are the sodium glucose cotransporter 2. Those are SGLT2 inhibitors, which are also diabetes medications. And I believe the way that those things work is they cause you to, secrete more glucose, which kind of makes sense. There are, let me see, real-world evidence on SGLT2 inhibitors and risk of Fournier's gangrene. This is in British Medical Journal of Open Journal of Diabetes Research and Care. It says, well, here, look at this. This one, so it says they've been associated with increased occurrence of Fournier's gangrene. By the way, don't Google image Fournier's gangrene.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
I've been just throwing that word out because I don't want to dwell on it too much, but basically your genitals slough off. It's not good. It's a rare, serious form of necrotizing fasciitis. And then there was a warning from the Food and Drug Administration. So now they did real-world evidence on this to validate the warning, and they identified 211,000 initiators. Let's see, let me look at the numbers here. They said no evidence of increased risk of Fournier's gangrene was associated with the SGLT2 compared with DPP-4I, arguably the most relevant clinical comparison. Uncertainty remains based on potentially higher risk in the broader comparison with all non-SGLT2 anti-glycemic agents and the rarity of Fournier's gangrene. So what they're saying is the numbers are so low, they didn't see a correlation, but what they're implying by this is that the numbers were so low that their study didn't have enough power to say that there really was, that there is no association. So, the FDA, people would give them a hard time. They issued this warning based on just some limited data because they don't want something bad to happen to people.
There are also, in
Yeah,
all
go
the
ahead.
commercials, they talk about thyroid cancer.
Yes. What?
Not necessarily causing it. I don't really
Yeah,
understand.
that you're not
but
supposed to
just
take it if you have a
you've-
history of multiple endocrine neoplasia disorder and stuff. I asked
I
you.
killed my thyroid a long time ago. So
I
I don't
asked you
really
that
have to
one a
worry
long
about
time
that.
ago, Tace, is because Tace has some knowledge on this subject of what
Yeah.
the association
Yeah.
was. I still can't really find a good mechanism for why these things are a problem with thyroid
Yeah,
disease.
but
if you have thyroid disease,
you have to watch it. You
don't
have to
just
watch
go to some knucklehead who's prescribing this stuff. You want to go somewhere where they're going to, do all the proper screening and make sure that they're treating you safely with these medications if you're going to do this.
So some of the options you have are Trulicity. That's weekly.
Okay.
You've got this one I've never heard of, Bydureon Bisas. That is
the hell is
also
that?
weekly.
Okay.
Byetta twice daily. It's an older one. Ozempic is weekly.
Oh, yeah, I see that Bydureon. That sounds like one of the...
That is the new version of
Yeah,
Byetta.
Okay, so
And then-
Bydureon sounds like one of the dragons from Game
Okay,
of
nerd.
Thrones.
It sounds
Okay,
like
nerd.
a music mode
Nerd,
by
nerd, nerd.
Durian.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
the
then-
Bydureon mode.
Bydurean mode.
Ozempic is weekly.
Very
Victoza and Saxenda is daily.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this one. Adlixin, that's daily. And then Rybelsus, which is not an injection. It should be taken by mouth.
Right.
It's actually a really good one, too. I took it for a while, and I did not have any side effects. But some of the side effects are nausea and heartburn. And that's what I hear most
Fatigue.
Because listen, all my friends are on this stuff.
Yeah.
Every single dang one of them, and it's like, oh, that my heartburn's crazy today. And so
Yeah. Well, if you've got bad heartburn, the last thing you want to do is eat something, is put something in your stomach. So, but that's just a horrible way to lose weight, I think.
well, hey, we're women. We'll do it. Whatever we have
Is that
to
what
do.
it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway. So we're not advocating the use of these medications. As always, talk to your healthcare provider
Yes.
and don't go to some knucklehead that's selling this stuff on the street. That's crazy. And because this is a real medication. I mean, it has
Yeah,
real
and
effects.
they kind of are hard to get on insurance sometimes. But if you've got something like PCOS, or if you are a diabetic or pre-diabetic, it's a lot easier. You just have to have a physician or a practitioner that's willing to actually do a prior authorization
Yeah.
for it. And
Well-
if you don't, maybe you need to find yourself another one.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you,
There
Taze.
you go.
I found a question on here that I labeled back in November 16th. Don't know what the hell it is, but it's labeled. I labeled it "How to Piss Correctly."
Oh,
so let's see what this.
Let's try it.
Let's go back retard
Hey,
on
Dr.
this.
Steve and crew.
Erase that. I can't have that.
I wanted to ask you
Can't say the
about
R word.
I'm trying real hard not to.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Okay, you ready?
I'm awful.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
I can't stop that one. I can stop the rest of them, but I cannot
You
stop
are terrible. You're bad.
that one or motherfucker. I cannot
Well,
stop.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
perfectly
motherfucker's
fine.
acceptable.
What's wrong with that? All right, you ready? Let's
do it.
see if I can figure this out.
Go back to November.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Dr. Steve and crew. I wanted to
Hey.
ask you about,
Sorry.
at the end of one of your last episodes, you said you were going to talk about stage fright and urinating for men,
Oh,
and you had the answer to it.
I do.
And I couldn't find it anywhere in the next episode.
Oh God! So that was November 16th.
That was must be 2016. What? Right? I don't think it was
Sorry.
November of 2022.
We've had people just sitting there
2016.
waiting.
They just wait and wait,
Yeah.
and
So,
you don't answer the
I was wondering
question.
if you could cover that for us.
Absolutely.
Men with stage fright.
Yes,
Every time I've had it since I was a kid.
me too.
Every time I try to urinate and somebody walks into the bathroom,
Yeah.
when I'm
I have walked out of bathrooms and just said, "Oh, to hell with it," and
Steve
still
can't
needed
pee
to
in
piss.
the ocean.
No, okay, that's true, but that's a different thing. Here, I won't.
there in the urinal,
Shrinkage.
it everything just stops.
Yeah. So having a shy bladder sucks, and I do have a shy bladder in the ocean. I don't want to contaminate the ocean, I guess, with my urine. Unlike these women who get up and they're drinking and they just get up. Oh, let's go into the ocean, and they just stand there for like a couple of minutes, and then they turn around and come back, and it's like, what are they doing?
Wonder what they were doing.
Yeah, and it's all up and down. It's all up and down, and I mean, I know the ocean is full of fish piss and fish, feces and every time you drink a drink, there's at least one molecule statistically of Magellan's piss in there.
Yes.
Which is more of a thing about, more of a concept about diffusion and just the insane number of molecules of water in every glass of water. But so here's the thing, and I got a minute, and maybe we could go a little bit longer, but this is what you do. You go into the urinal when your bladder is absolutely full. That's the first thing, the first few times. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a deep breath, and then you're going to exhale it 2/3 of the way, and then hold it. And when you're doing that, you're imagining this fluid level going from the top of your head down through your abdomen. And most of the time, that will open up the floodgates. You'll have to practice this. The other thing that you can do is do math in your head, or what I used to do is look at the brand name on the urinal and start to make words out of the letters. And when you distract yourself like that, you can go. But I can now, after using this technique of exhaling 2/3 of the breath and holding it, and imagining that fluid level decreasing, I can piss in the busiest bathroom. People can come in and out. Somebody can piss next to me, look over and look at my junk and go, not bad. You have a quite youthful, appearance.
Here we go.
And I can still continue to just make the biggest stream you've ever seen. So it works
for you,
every
Steve.
time. And I tried to get on Howard Stern to talk to him about it because he has a horrible Shire bladder. Of course, now he doesn't go anywhere, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so there you go. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Check your stupid nuts for lumps. Quit smoking it off your asses. We'll see you in 1 week for the next edition of Weird Medicine. All right. Okie dokie.
Okay.
So we could just continue with the shy bladder thing for the podcast part. Let me see. Okay, so we'll just stop there and we'll do it there, okay?
Okay.
Hang on.
Did you find anything in that book, or is it stupid?
Yeah. Stuff we already know.
So Howard, doesn't really need my advice on that anymore.
No.
Anyway.
No.
But he used to complain about that bitterly, and it just never worked out that I called in about that particular thing because he never talked about it long enough for me to text Shuli, hey, I could talk to this. Shuli would go to Baba Booey. Baba Booey would say, okay, and then Brent would call me. It was a big process.
Well, it sounds like a process, yep.
Yeah. So
well.
That's our son. Let's see if he has anything interesting to say for the show.
I'm sure he's hungry.
Beck, you are on Weird Medicine.
Oh, okay. I forgot you were doing that. Okay.
That's
I was
okay.
just wondering why you called me earlier.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
He doesn't remember either.
Okay.
Good talk.
Yep. Yeah.
Love
Good
ya.
talk, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
All right. I'll see you. Bye. Why did I call him? It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. So, do we have anything in the waiting room, Dr. Scott, before we go?
Yeah, two things real quick.
Okay.
Darren Parker, I guess, emailed a video question about his dream memories.
Ooh,
Yep.
really?
And Colin.
Wait, he emailed it to me?
He said he emailed in a video question yesterday. He emailed.
Okay, let's see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Or he could just ask it now.
Hey, and give me the email you want. Colin Carnes has a great question, but
Our email is drsteve202 at
Gotcha.
gmail.com, but you
Just
can
make sure, yeah.
just go to drsteve.com and click contact.
Okay.
And let me see here. I do not see anything from, Darren Parker. There it is. Okay, dream question. You want to do it?
Let's do it. And then we'll wrap it up. We gotta get. It's
Okay.
late.
Is it?
It's 10:06.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's your bedtime?
It's my bedtime. I got to be at the airport at 6 in the morning.
Oh, I have to take you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Here we go. Now I have to download this. What in the hell, Darren?
Save it for next week.
Save it for a rainy day. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, this is cool. This is from the movie Inception.
Hey, Dr. Steve. Hey, Dr. Scott. Hey, Tacy.
Oh, thank
This is
you.
your old pal, Darren.
What's up,
I had a
DP?
question about dreams.
Okay.
I'm a very vivid dreamer, and my dreams stay with me for sometimes a couple days, and it like affects my real life.
Yep.
And it made me think, are there any differences between a memory from a dream and a memory from your real life?
That's just
If
fascinating.
I can recall a dream from 20 years ago that really fucked me up.
Yep.
How is that any different
not.
than any other memory I have that fucked me up?
It's stored.
Thanks. Big fan.
Hey, thanks, man. It's stored exactly the same way if you remember it. So, but you can usually tell the difference between a dream, and there is some switch in your head that says this was a dream and this wasn't. But every once in a while, Tacy would get up and she'd say, "Well, you mean to me my dream," and she'd be mad at me for all day.
Damn it!
Tell me
Tace.
I'm lying.
I think that's one of your other
You
wives.
think?
Damn it,
maybe.
Tacy.
Yes, I
You might be-
believe so,
you
because
might
I'm
be
not
right.
cray-cray like that.
Well, I remember.
Check, please.
What's the matter, Scott? You uncomfortable?
Are you not? Are
It's
you
getting
not?
late. It's getting late.
Okay. No, I'm pretty sure that was you, but
No,
it's okay.
it wasn't.
We'll say it was the other one.
I love
We'll
it.
say it was the crazy one.
I love it.
Which,
Which one? Yeah.
yeah, well, no,
No, I
one
have got-
wasn't.
Yeah, one wasn't. I'm not saying which one.
No, hell no. Don't make it worse.
Now, vivid dreams are usually not a cause for concern. People don't understand why some people have them and other people don't. But if you have nightmares, those are vivid dreams that are frightening. That's all that is. So you can have vivid dreams, and then you can have frightening vivid dreams, and we call those nightmares. And, what's the last nightmare you had, Tace? I can remember the last nightmare I had. And I don't think your hypnopompic ones count, but if you want to talk about that.
They're the worst ones.
Yeah.
I think they count. Seems like that I didn't have a very pleasant dream last night, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
So, no, I'm not having that problem. But those hypnopompic ones, yeah, no, I'll
She would
never forget those.
Wake up
No,
and someone
never.
was laying on top of her and she couldn't move. And then she'd hear footsteps
Or
running
patting
away.
my feet.
Yeah, little baby feet
Oh.
running away from the bed. It was so creepy.
It's so
Jesus, like a
scary.
Japanese horror movie.
It was.
Yeah. My last nightmare was that I think I murdered somebody, and then I just went and just did stuff, but I knew I was going to get caught. And
wasn't
I
very
felt,
nice.
no, it was bad.
Might as well just go do stuff.
Yeah, no, that wasn't very nice at all.
Yeah, and I knew I was going to get caught, and the web was getting closer and closer, but I was still trying to put on that facade that I was a good person. What about you, Scott? Nightmares?
I was doing some work at the house. Actually, I had one the other night.
Hey, call in with your nightmares.
I was doing some work
Jesus,
at the house, and
it's the worst radio.
And actually had a dream / nightmare that night that my brother, who's a contractor, Todd.
Yeah.
He and I were building a house, but we didn't put the nails in the frame when we framed it.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, it started to collapse. And my other brother David, who's your age, he's getting ready to turn 50. We're all trying to hold it up with our hammers. And it's just collapsing all over. It's like, get out,
yeah.
get out. It was a huge house. I don't know how we did it, but
yeah,
that's a lesson.
Did you
That's
get
a
out?
crazy dream.
Oh, it was awful.
Or did it end before?
No, we got out and then it just went.
Have you ever died in a dream? I have.
Oh yeah, Lord, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
You see, they always say, "Oh, if you die in your dream, you die in real life." I am here to say that's bullshit.
No, you're right.
I fell out of a plane and died. I hit the ground, and it sucked.
That'll leave a mark.
Now, I never have sex dreams. I have dreams where I'm getting ready to have sex, and then right when it's time for that to happen, then I wake up. The only exception to that, and Tacey, I didn't tell you about this, was I did have a sex dream, and I completed the transaction. I mean, I actually was having intercourse, and it was with my wife. I was dreaming about Tacey.
Whatever.
So if I dream about somebody else, I can't do it. But if I'm dreaming about her, then the one time that I had a sex
loyal.
dream, I was having intercourse with the person that I could have intercourse with if she so chose to let me do that. So anyway, if you want to stop your vivid dreams, practice good sleep hygiene, and cultivate peace of mind. People with higher scores on measures of peace of mind are more likely to have positive dream content. And one way to do that would be to consider using the Trip app. I know I'm always talking about that, but if you want, if you can't meditate on your own and you need some help, get an Oculus. It's fun. You got all kinds of games on there. And then get the Trip app and do the Calm module for 10 minutes before you go to bed. And that'll put a stop to some of this stuff. I'm going to bet. I can't guarantee that, but I feel like it would have a positive impact on that. All right?
Sounds
All right.
good.
Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Thanks for sending that in. I think that's fascinating. Dreams fascinate me just like language does because it's just one of those things that we experience. We don't know where it comes from. It seems awfully real. And there is theater of the absurd that's going on, and we just accept it. Why can't we accept absurdity in our real life? But in my dream, I can accept that Paris has been in my backyard this whole time, but
we never noticed.
Never noticed, and I always had to get on a damn plane and fly across the ocean.
Never did, though.
When we could have just walked into our backyard to go to the Eiffel Tower. And that's completely absurd, but totally accepted in my dream. People skating on, ice skating on linoleum. It's like, well, I didn't know you could do that. It's because you can't. But in my dreams, you can. My best friend, Bruce Donahue, from high school, was skating around in our old living room, in our old kitchen on ice skates. Look what I can do. Anyway, all right. Well, let's get out of here. You ready to get
Okay,
out?
I'm ready.
All right. And don't forget to check out stuff.drsteve.com. Check out Dr. Scott's website, simplyherbals.net. Simplyherbals.net. Listen to our SiriusXM show on the Faction Talk channel. SiriusXM channel 103, Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on demand, and other times at Jim McClure's pleasure. And many thanks to our listeners whose voicemail and topic ideas make this job very easy. Come hang out with us on YouTube. Usually, I don't know when we're going to be doing these now. We may be doing them on Saturdays for a while, like at 1 o'clock.
Because his schedule is
It's just
nuts.
so effed, and I'm just it'll be a better show if we could do it on Saturday, so I could do 5 minutes of show prep. You know,
They'll give me time to do some work too.
yeah. And Tacey might
Not me.
No, okay, Tacey. get
Tacey
her.
will wake up 12:50.
And then you could, if we do it at 1 o'clock, then that would give you 10 minutes to get started with the drinking.
There you go. Brush your teeth, start drinking.
You do look really good, Tace. You can tell.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a great shirt that you're wearing there too, because it draws
Thanks.
attention to.
It doesn't. Oh my God.
Oh my God. He's
to
so
your
bad.
TTGR. Until next time, check your stupid nuts for lumps. Quit smoking, get off your asses, and get some exercise. We'll see you in 1 week.
1 week.
For the next edition of Weird Medicine. Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye,
Thank you,
everyone.
guys.
Okay, we still got to do the opening, though. Sorry. All right. And then, do you have time to record those songs at the end?
We can shoot for one.
Okay.
We can
All
do
right.
one.
Well, I
Let's
want to
just
do
do
the
this quick.
one. Okay, we'll do this quick. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Let's do it.
Did you hear about the dirty Easter egg hunt? It was hosted by the Dust Bunny. Why can't you have a concert at the poultry farm? The chickens won't stop shouting free bird. If you're writing a mystery about a nose, make sure it ends with a really good snot twist.
If you just read the bio for Dr. Steve, host of Weird Medicine on Sirius XM 103 and made popular by two really comedy shows, Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez, you would have thought that this guy was a bit of, a clown.
Why can't you give me the respect that I'm entitled to?
I've got diphtheria crushing my esophagus. I've got Ebola virus dripping from my nose. I've got the leprosy of the heart valve, exacerbating my incredible woes. I want to take my brain out and blast it with the wave, an ultrasonic, echographic, and a pulsating shave. I want a magic pill for all my ailments, the health equivalent of Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in the tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease, so I'm paging Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve! Take a cowboy. Do the vertebrae. I need some suction. In the carotid.
From the world-famous Carter Electric Network studios, it's Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of broadcast radio, now a podcast. I'm Dr. Steve with my little pal, Dr. Scott, the traditional Chinese medicine provider who gives me street cred with the wacko alternative ass hats. Hello, Dr. Scott.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
And we got Tacey, my partner in all things. Hello, Tacey.
Sup?
Sup? This is a show for people. How you doing?
How
this
you
is
doing?
this is a show for people who would never listen to a medical show on the radio or the internet. If you got a question you're embarrassed to take to your regular medical provider, if you can't find an answer anywhere else, give us a call, 347-766-4323. That's 347
Poohhead.
Follow us on Twitter at Weird Medicine or at DrScottWM. Visit our website at drsteve.com for podcasts, medical news, and stuff you can buy. Most importantly, we're not your medical providers. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Don't act on anything you hear on this show without talking it over with your healthcare provider. All right, Dr. Scott. Check out stuff.drsteve.com. That's stuff.drsteve.com for all your shopping needs. Yeah, 'tis the season. If you're going to shop at Amazon anyway, just go to stuff.drsteve.com.
Why not? Why not?
It really helps us out. You can click straight through to Amazon, or you can scroll down. You can find the Dr. Steve mug, which we now have the good ones in stock with the Bristol stool scale on there. If you bought one before, I will be sending you one of these as well. So there are limited inventory because now I got to make up for what the ones that we set out before. They were very nice, but they had typos on them. So this one is going to be better. Now my family is going to get all the collector's edition versions. These are like those stamps where they put the airplane upside down and it's worth $50,000 or something per stamp.
Exactly.
These are, the collector's items. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Anyway, and check out tweakedaudio.com. Offer code FLUID. I think the code still works. I don't know if we get anything from it, but you get 33% off the best earbuds on the price for the market. On the market for the price.
And everybody needs a pair of those for Christmas.
Yes, they do. And as a matter of fact, who was I talking to the other day that I said, put your earbuds in? They said, I don't have any. So,
probably one of our kids.
It probably was. So we need to do that. And then check out Dr. Scott's website, simplyherbals.net. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And then patreon.com/weirdmedicine. The Chad Zumach episode, I'm still editing it. I'm probably going to do that while Tacey's gone to Las Vegas this weekend.
To the Las Vegas.
Yeah, she's going to the Las Vegas.
Maybe stop off at the Walmart.
And, you can go to the Walmart and get you some credit, but I sure hope you don't vomit. You might. Anyway, patreon.com/weirdmedicine. There will be none of that, what you just heard, but we did do one with Chad Zumach, and I'm editing that one now because it kind of was wide-ranging, and you got somebody with ADHD, interviewing somebody with ADHD, it's going to be a mess, so I just want to make it make sense. And then, we had Pete Davidson, we've had the Troika of Opie and Anthony, we've had Mark Norman, Bob Kelly, and we've got more people coming. Joe List is coming. Kevin Brennan just agreed to do it, so we're going to have a bunch of good ones coming up.
Good.
So check that out, patreon.com/weirdmedicine. Those never go on the YouTube channel, so that's the only place you can hear those. That way we can speak a little more freely. And then right before the holidays, cameo.com/weirdmedicine. I love doing those. They're cheap. I did one today for somebody out while I was driving, and it's very safe. And you may get the one where, your old buddy makes that fatal mistake doing your Cameo, and that might be worth something going forward. If you see the camera spinning around and I'm yelling and stuff because I'm falling off the mountain because I was doing a Cameo on the way to Norton, Virginia.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yep. So anyway, cameo.com/weirdmedicine.
All right.
Okay. There you go. You can go taste.
Oh, God, my ears are killing me. Those fucking things. I swear.
Well, let's get you some new. I have better headphones out there. I thought I swapped them out for you.
One set wasn't working. That's why we changed.
I've got some really, really good ones out there that are very comfortable.
These have a short in them.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Well, I
yeah.
can fix that. All right. Thanks.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's see. Recording. What was the date today? The 7th?
7. Yep. 12/7/22. 12/7/22.
Okay. All right.
You'll play one before we go?
Well, you got to record that Cardiff Electric song. So you got the words?
Yeah, you send them to me.
Okay. We got to do this now because people are stealing my idea before I even did it. Do you have your banjo?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, I gave you A. Cardiff Electric. What chords did I give
No, it was
you?
something. It was something in A minor.
It's in C, so
A minor F C G. A minor F C G. A minor F C G. A minor F C G.
Cardiff Electric.
Gonna do a
most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric. He's so cool. Come out and play.
I'm gonna let you just do it.
No, you can do it.
No,
No, we're doing a country version. It has to be you.
That looks like sounded pretty good.
No. All right, and then we'll put the banjo on after.
Yeah, that's cool.
So let me get just a straight beat.
Let me get the other. Let me get Tastes.
Okay, there's nothing
The
on
potato
there.
song, Amanda, you are correct. We're doing the potato song.
Let's see here.
All right, so I got Tasty's mic hot with the mandolin.
Okay. Okay.
Right,
So,
I'm warm.
hang on.
I'm
No,
warm.
that's good. That's good.
I'm warm. Let me get the. Let me see if I can get the A money. Cardiff Electric. Cardiff Electric. Most. Cardiff.
Let's do it slower though.
Yeah. Cardiff Electric. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool. Come out and play.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
it's the timing of the words is kind of weird. So,
Yeah.
so
I'll get it. I'll get it. I will
That's
get
right.
it. Yeah,
So-
the damn thing. How do you keep your phone from not from not going into shutdown mode? You know what I mean? Because you texted to me. I wonder how you do that.
Oh yeah, you got to turn it. You got to just turn the screen,
the settings or something.
Yeah, some apps will let you do it, but
yeah. Let me see this.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today.
Oh well, there you go.
Cardiff Electric, he's so cool. Come out and play. He's the guy that all the guys are jealous of. Cause he's the one all the girls wanna be with. Yeah. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He has great guests on. It's triplets there.
Okay.
He has great guests on his show, like Dr. Scott and some other people. Then it just stops there. Then it stays on the G. And then you go, we love you, Cardiff.
We love you, Cardiff. Oh, we're gonna make it. I think you do a better job. I swear I do. I like it better than you doing it.
No. But if we're gonna do it like we should.
Yeah, what I was good.
So let's make it actually sound like mountain music.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, why don't we do this? Let's just do the music.
Okay.
And then we'll, and then we just need to remember that the fourth time we just stay on the G, and then we go, "We love you, Cardiff."
Gotcha.
All right. So no singing on this one. We'll just do the instruments.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So are you doing Tacey's mic on the mandolin?
Yep.
Okay. See, the mic's off. Her mic's off. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. Should be hot.
I should put this track over here so that they can hear it, and then you can sing with it, but let's see. All right. Let's see if we got it right, first off. You ready?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, I'm going to put this over here to this other track. And y'all, this isn't supposed to necessarily be entertaining. We're just trying to figure this out. We figured, heck, we'd hang out with you guys. Cardiff backing track. I will put that on my desktop. Okay. Nope, I'm going to put that in the Dropbox. And we may have to do this a couple of times.
Sure. Let's at least do it once. And see.
Yeah. Well, because
and it'll give me an idea where I want to
Yeah. So this will just be a practice track. By the way, Darren, if you're still there, I love the Inception imagery. It was really cool. All right, here we go. All right, you ready?
Yep.
So here's how you sing it. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the one all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the one that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He has great guests on his show, like that Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff. You're good. There you go. Yeah, that's the right number. Okay, so you ruined it, but with all that, but that's all right.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay. All right.
So
you're going to sing it?
yeah. You mean try roll banjo just see if it sounds?
Yeah. Yeah, do the banjo. And I'll sing it. I'll sing it, you do the
Yeah,
banjo.
you sing,
How
'cause
about
that keeps
that?
me on time. That's the whole idea.
Do you need to retune it? Let me practice. Yeah, Colin, I know what you mean. That's hilarious. That's a great reference.
What do you say?
So it sounds like Pete Droge in the center singing Dear Diane. It's funny. I will bring that up, and he's not far off. This Cardiff Electric thing has really gotten out of hand. He literally, we used to talk, and he would say, the only reason I'm doing this, I've got an audience of one, because I would laugh at every single thing he did. And then Beck was a fan. And I remember driving in Johnson City listening to the Pat Dixon interview, one of the funniest effing things I've ever heard in my life, because Pat Dixon had no idea what was going on with this John Melendez stuff. And, Cardiff was a troll, but he was pretending to be, part of the Stuttering John Army and all this stuff. I mean, it was just crazy, elaborate, just all in good fun goofiness, And yeah, well, you're not part of that world, It's like Constantine. In that movie Constantine, at one point he takes the woman, there's magic and demons and all this stuff, and he takes, I think, is it Mila Kunis or one of them, and he says, if you go through this door, this will be part of your life forever. But you can turn back now, and you'll be all right? And you'll never see any of this stuff again. And that's what this is kind of like for you. So I'm recommending that you turn away. All right, are you ready?
The track. Almost.
Okay.
This should be close. That is close.
Now, one thing I may want you to do is just hit an A minor chord, and hold it until the music kicks in, because we're going to have some sort of an introduction, just kind of a chong.
This is A minor?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, we're just going to practice this one. Okay, here we go. Hit it. No, okay, sorry. Hit it. Cardiff Electric, most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy that all the other guys are jealous of, 'cause he's the one that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. Yeah. Woo! We love you, Cardiff. All right. I didn't hear any banjo, really, but... Is that how you were doing it? If you're going to do it that low, then I'll just crank it up a little bit.
Okay,
Okay, we're doing a live overdubbing. We're not really... Okay. Okay, we're going to do it for real. Can you finger pick it, though?
Yeah.
Can you do that? That would be better, I think.
I only have two. Well, I've got two picks.
Because sort of a Mumford and Sons sort of feel. So we're going for Mumford and Sons. There you go. All right, you ready? I don't know how the mix is going to be, so we're just going to try it and see. What's wrong?
No, I've got two picks, but I'll be all right. Yeah, you want to do
Here.
Oh, yeah.
I got you one.
Makes life a little bit easier now. Yeah, now you can actually hear how terrible I am. So I'll hit that. Yep.
All right, you ready? Might be a little bit too much reverb there. Oh, wait a minute. Hello? Nope. All right. All right, here we go. Might be a little bit too much reverb all the way around. I can add some later. We should just record this clean. Okay, here we go. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the... I screwed it up. Yeah, let's do it again. Do that again. Now, were you playing?
Yep.
You playing the banjo? Okay, I couldn't hear it. Okay, all right, here we go. I'm so focused on the other stuff that I just couldn't hear it, that's all. Okay, here we go. Cardiff Electric, most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy that all the other guys are jealous of. He's the one that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. Woo! We love you, Cardiff. Hear that back. That might be it.
That's awful.
Think that's awful?
And I love it.
Oh, it ain't awful. Shut up. You're awful. Let's see. Here, let's export it so everybody can hear the final version. Now, we can do a studio. We should do a real studio version in the studio.
Yeah, we'll do a real one. Now that I've heard the song, I'll work on it. Because I can do better, way better than that shit. I promise you that.
You think?
Bob, can you hear? Amanda, wasn't that terrible? Can you still hear me? Amanda, can you hear me? Check.
No, no, she can't hear you. Hold on. There you go.
Hey, Amanda, can you hear me? Check.
Okay, hang on. What is going on with you and Amanda? You're always talking to her.
No, I'm talking to her and Kush and Sean and Bob. Kush, wait a minute. Kush did make it.
He did?
Hey, Kush.
No. Where did it go? Oh, it's called Untitled. That's why I can't find it. There it is. Okay, here we go. Let's
Unknown Henson at the end.
Yep.
Collins corrected as Unknown Henson at the end. All right. I'm going to get out of here.
No, wait. Hang on. You got to hear it.
Okay.
Cardiff Electric, most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy that all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the one that all the girls wanna be with. Uh-huh. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. Woo! We love you, Cardiff.
Pretty good.
That's just bad enough to maybe be good enough. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, that was just about right.
That is terrible. Let's see.
Awful is perfect. Perfectly awful.
Yeah,
I love
there we
it.
go.
Oh my God, that's funny. Well, that was fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and master this.
That is funny.
I probably will send this version out just because we got to have something.
Yep.
And then we'll do a real studio version. Maybe we could get real musicians like we did. You know, I did that Dave Cecil song. I had studio musicians come in and do the. Have you ever heard that? Have I played that for you? Have you guys heard that? Scott's got to go, but I can stay for a minute. And I did a studio version of his "Runnin' That Shine" as a song about a guy bootlegging whiskey.
No, I know.
And this guy did an insane steel guitar solo. Let me see if I can find it. Now, I will say it isn't necessarily my favorite Dave Cecil song, but it is one of my favorite things that I actually mastered. Let me see. It's called "Runnin' That Shine." Let me see if I can find it.
All right, guys, I got to go.
Okay,
No,
thanks, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
So-
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
So we'll do Saturday?
Yeah, let's do Saturday, 1 o'clock. It was just, it's like Bob was saying, just make sure you tweet it out. So,
Okay, y'all couldn't hear that. Hang on a second. Let me fix that. Here we go. All right. Yeah, see, man. Thanks.
Brought up on nothing is how I was raised. But I tell you something, I won't die that way. Now I met a man who taught me his rules. He said if I could drive, I never would lose. Now I'm running these back roads on time. With each tick of the clock means a dime. It don't matter if they say I'm wanted to find. When I cross that borderline, running that shine. Running, rumor has it, sheriff's got my plates. Breaking his laws, it's me he does hate. He sets up them roadblocks day after day. Vows he will catch me, but I'm miles away. 'Cause I'm running these back roads on time. With each tick of the clock means a dime. It don't matter if they say I'm wanted to find. When I cross that borderline, running that shine. Wanna change my ways, start living, man, way that I should.
Wait a minute, this isn't the final version. I'm sorry. This doesn't have the any of the other instruments on it. This is just the guitar. Well, shit. If I find the other one, I'll start it from right there. So old Dave's still good by himself.
Late one night came the fight, sheriff on my tail. 125 per hour, hear me, don't fail. Winding these back roads like a fugitive does. Sheriff's a cussing, cause he's eating my dust. And I run in these back roads on time. With each tick off, the clock means a dime. It don't matter if they say I'm wanted to find. When I cross that borderline, running that shine. Sheriff keeps losing me deep in these pines. Public enemy number one, 'cause I'm a million.
Old Dave, he doesn't need all that other stuff. Let me see. I do want you to hear the steel guitar guide that I got, if I could find it. Here it is. Okay, let's see. Let's just see if I can find that part. There we go. Now this is the final version.
Does he sets up them roadblocks day after day. Vows he will catch me, but I'm miles away. 'Cause I'm running these back roads on time. With each tick of the clock means a dime. It don't matter if they say I'm wanted to find. When I cross that borderline, running that shine. Wanna change my ways from bad to good. Start living, man, way that I
Okay, well, I guess that's the end of that. Mr. Mangler, not sure what happened there. Oh, well. That's funny. Mr. Mangler cursed the steel guitar, and the next thing we knew, it was gone. So, yeah, no clue. Okay, it just stopped right in the middle of the file. Yeah, I guess steel guitars are shitty. All right, buddy. Yeah, he clearly does detest steel guitars. All right. Well, listen, thanks, everybody. So, yeah, from now on, I think for a little while, we're going to try it. We're going to do Saturday instead of Wednesday, and we'll do Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we'll just see how it goes. And this weekend, Friday night, I think I'm going to do a StreamYard and just do a rant. There's several stories in the medical journalism realm that I'm have to take some issue with, particularly the one about myocarditis. So if you've got some interest in that, the clickbait on that one was, just unbelievable. So I thought I would do that, and because we got to get our viewing numbers up. I got Cardiff Electric making $1,000 a night on super chats, and I can't even monetize my channel because we really just do an audio podcast. We don't do a video element, and it's not about the money. I may not ever accept super chats or anything like that, but I think we probably in 2022 we need to have more of a video presence. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm cut out for it, but if I have time to prep, it'll be a better show. I think it'll be better in general. I won't be coming home after driving an hour down the mountain, sometimes leaving work undone that now I've got to go do, and I'm distracted and all that stuff. So I think it'll be better. So anyway, but thank you for tolerating this, and we'll see you next time. And anybody have anything before I go? Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing, Amanda. Moonshine now is a joke because you can just go buy it in downtown Bluntville, Tennessee. You can put up a distillery just about anywhere and just sell moonshine. And all that means is it's liquor made from corn rather than some other highfalutin thing. So, and they distill it multiple times. They filter it. It's all done in stainless steel now, which is good. But if you go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, there's moonshine stores. You just go buy moonshine. People are like, oh, I brought moonshine home. And it's not a thing anymore. When I was a kid, when I was 17, not old enough to drink, we would drive up the mountain to this guy, and he stayed in like a phone booth on his property, and he would sell moonshine out of there. And I do remember that he would go, what time is it? He'd be holding his watch up to his eyes. He just burned his eyes out with lead poisoning, I guess. So once we realized that, we stopped buying from him. But anyway. Yes, and Richard will. I'm going to let Amanda listen to that show, and if she says it's okay for me to be on there, then I'll be on there. I hope that's okay. It may be called Men Are Talking, but I have to live with women, so I just want to make sure I'm not going to get in trouble. Maybe I'll let Tacey listen to it too. Thanks, Colin. We'll see you guys Saturday. All right, we'll see how that goes. All right, have a great one.
Bye.